What's up, everyone? Welcome into Fantasy Football Pub Trivia. I'm out of breath for some reason, and your host, Simon Grunewald, here with my co-host for Pub Trivia, Joey Wright and Tim Wright. What's up, boys?
We're back again, boys. We just needed the Oscars. We're like Key and the guy who I can't remember his name now.
Jordan
That's really
Peele?
embarrassing.
So I'd like to speak for a second to all the March Madness people out there that's brackets are busted. In times like this, I always think of the words of Walt Whitman, who said, "This really sucks balls." So I hope you guys are going to enjoy the rest of the tournament because I am sure as hell not going to.
There's less stress now. I don't have to worry about it.
It took 2 games for Joey to say, I'm out this week.
Yeah, I was livid in that Miller's Ale house today. No, I'm having a great time. I love March Madness.
Well, everybody, if you have never joined us before, we are here to play some Fantasy Football Pub Trivia. We got a couple trivia packs for you today. One special March Madness one. It's going to be all March Madness trivia. The rest is going to be, some FYF trivia, FYF style, where it's mostly football, but some other shit thrown in there just randomly. So that's FYF, baby. Shit thrown at you randomly. So we're going to get into that.
8.
Join. All you guys got to do is download the Sporkle Party app. I put a link in the chat that will take you to the Google store, the Apple store, the Android store, whatever the hell kind of store that you need to download the app from. And then you're going to join our game using the code 060273. It's easy peasy. And one more reminder, if you see someone in the chat that you want to bother, you can click on their name and click honk, and it will make their phone make an audible noise out loud. You can hear it right now as I do it to Tim.
It'll sound like that.
So just remember, you have that power individually. I have muted myself, though, so it's not going to work if you do it to me. We'll give people a couple more minutes to get in here, and then we will roll into this first game. How many people we got in here now? We got 8 people in here.
Somebody dropped out. There was 9. So
get your friends over
left
here.
us, whatever.
We got some people in the chat ready for the show. Tim,
say hi to them.
How is my bracket?
Devils up on the screen.
I know. I got to compliment myself. Surprise, surprise.
Dustin said, Tim Wright, congrats on being signed to the Colts.
I'm pretty excited. I don't know anything about Indianapolis, but I bet I can outdrink it.
I know their stadium connects to a hotel via a tunnel, thanks to insider combine reporter Dustin, who's in the chat
Tim,
right there.
I looked it up. There are 17 Planet Fitness in the metro Indianapolis area, so you can park your van, bus outside any of them.
Let's go. All right. Heck yeah.
God.
I wonder if
Planet Fitness makes so much sense. Gardner Minshew just sits outside Planet Fitness and picks up moms all day. Hey, good workout in there. Killing it.
Tough. Really working those traps.
Scamper's in here. Howdy. What's up, Scampers? Our favorite chat cat. And we got Ladarius in here. What's up, Ladarius? Glad to have you.
What's up, buddy?
Also, Mr. Scamper said, totally thought I picked San Diego State. Whoops. I had Charleston until the last second, and then I saw that a lot of people picked Charleston, and it felt like the typical 12-5 trap that everyone tries to guess, so I switched it last second. And usually when I do that, I live to regret it. But this time, we made it.
He's honking me.
The Darius and my brackets are looking like cheeks early on. Joey, who do you have winning your bracket? Did you have Virginia winning the whole thing?
No. I picked Alabama to win it all.
Okay, I also have Alabama winning it all. This is the first time I've picked a 1 seed in forever. Tim, who do you have winning it all in your bracket?
I have Gonzaga. Gonzaga versus Arizona. That whole South region is destroyed, though. I picked everyone wrong. Oh, man, that's brutal. That is brutal. You love to see it. I love March Madness.
I'm going to go ahead and pull the game screen up. We're losing some people, but if you guys want to play, get in here. Get other people in here. Invite your friends, and we can start. People can join throughout the game as well.
Okay.
And we got Craig in here saying, Heidi Ho and Neighborinos, and Josh. Josh, I'm going to leave your name in the chat, but welcome in, my friend. Glad to have you here. We got Brad in here. What's up, Brad? Hey, fellas. And Dustin said Arizona's about to lose to Princeton.
I cry.
That's not good for my
that's bad. Nah, I'm done. I'm done. What the hell?
Is that really going on right now? Is that going to be the final score of this game?
I think our good friend Julia Papworth picked Arizona to win it all.
Uh-oh.
So she's tilting.
I
will never
don't remember how far I had Arizona going.
10 years ago, March Madness, and Notre Dame had a really good team. It was the first game of the weekend, and I picked them to go to the national championship game, and they lost the first game of the. And my whole, I look forward to March Madness so much. Shervon, my best friend, brings it up every year. I was so mad for that whole weekend. I didn't want to watch it. It was rough.
Tim calls that the Simon Spring Break special.
Yeah.
We got 9 people in here now. Let's go.
Let's go ahead and start this game, guys. We're going to get in there. How this is going to work, there's going to be 10 questions that are thrown your way. You're going to have 10 point values available. After you see the question, you're going to type in your answer and choose how many points you want to basically wager on that question. So use your high point values on questions that you are very confident in and your low point values on questions that you're less confident in. You can only use each one once, though. So once you use the 10, you cannot use that 10 again. Let's go ahead and get going. I'm not going to be playing. I'm just going to be reading the questions. Here's your first question. How does James Bond like his martinis?
Up his butt.
Rectally.
In a glass, I think should be considered.
Via enema. Do you guys watch the My Strange Addiction Coffee Enema episode?
I did not.
You should. If you have not watched it, then you absolutely should. And everyone putting your answers in the chat, that is more than welcome. But a reminder, you can play along with us for actual points in this game to try to be the champion. Just download that Sporkle Party app. Download the Sporkle Party app.
Oh.
And guys, also, if it marks it wrong right away, I will go through and mark ones correct that look correct. If it doesn't mark it correct right away, the correct answer, I just put a simple shaking, but full answer, shaken, not stirred, is going to be accepted. So if you put shaken, not stirred, that's the full answer. You're going to get points for that one. Nice job to everybody getting that one right. Kudos to all of you. And to those of you who didn't, on to the next question. On to the next question. If you're just joining us in here now, a reminder, download that Sporkle Party app and use code 060273 to play along with us. Prove that you're the king or queen of the chat for trivia.
Is this,
Here's your next question. Which player had the most rushing touchdowns in the 2022 postseason with 5? The player with the second most had 2. So in this past NFL postseason, which player? I got confused by the writing here. It is called the 2022 postseason, even though the entirety of it took place in 2023.
Oh my god!
But this is the most recent postseason.
He won me so much money. Not that much, but a good amount.
He won me more money than I had before.
Yeah. Which coincidentally was already down. So
there's like certain players that you remember forever for just winning you money.
Yeah.
I remember Tyrese Halliburton just absolutely going off one night, and I put him in 3 DraftKings lineups and won like $450 and never played NBA DraftKings again. Just like took that money and run.
Dustin, I really love your answer. I had that and I deleted it, and I feel like you might be right.
Well, let's see. The correct answer is Jalen Hurts.
He had 3 in one game. Like, it's obviously
Jalen Hurts with 5 rushing touchdowns, not a running back, so a little bit tricky on that one. But a bunch of you saw through the trick and got that one correct anyways. Jerick McKinnon and Pacheco, both great guesses.
Yeah.
I like the Jerick McKinnon guess as well.
McKinnon lost me like $5,000. Lost potential of $5,000. If he had scored, I would have won so much more money instead of going down at the 1.
Josh said Sanders. Great guess, but not quite. There's a couple Philadelphia running backs right there with 2, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go and move on to that next question, guys. Question number 3. 2 running backs threw a passing touchdown during the 2022 season. Christian McCaffrey was one. Which former Alabama running back was the other?
Oof. I don't feel great about this. I'm feeling worse about it.
I just said Arizona out. I've been having such a bad habit of mixing up my thoughts or the things I'm reading in my head and then saying it out loud. This morning on the morning show, I said Eric Moody is going to be joining us later. This is the Front Yard Fantasy Morning Show on ESPN.
You don't work for ESPN, Simon.
No, and then he cut to break immediately. So I just said, here we are on ESPN. And then he cut to break. Hey, fake it till you make it, right?
Has it been happening?
It's ESPN.
Ever since you started putting your hair in a ponytail?
I think it's pulling on my brain. I think that's what it's doing. Well, we got a bunch of answers in here. Some Derrick Henrys, a Johnny Ryan, and a Josh Jacobs. Well, the correct answer is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is absolutely correct. Nice job to everybody who got that one. There were a couple other Alabama running backs you could have chosen from in there. Mark Ingram, Kenyon Drake. There's Josh Jacobs was another one down there. I feel like there's a couple more as well. They just pump out TJ Yeldon. I think he's still in the league.
Oh yeah,
I had Mark Ingram
still
in there, and I took it out.
I don't know where TJ is. TJ Yeldon still in the league? Who just got home?
There's no way.
Also, Ladarius, and you're saying Princeton's up with 3 seconds left. Upset alert, baby.
Oh, that bracket's way busted.
You know which bracket of mine is doing the best so far? The pure RNG one, where I basically just did a coin flip for every single pick. It's currently outperforming all of my other brackets. That's Creighton as the champion. So we'll see what's going on. We're going to submit those answers. And now in the lead, Mr. Scammers has taken sole control of first with 27 points. We got Tim in second. Dane tied with Joey for third. Yeah. So you guys are on the podium right now. The on-screen crew racking up the points. Let's go move on to our next question. Which QB is the Which QB is the current betting odds favorite to be the first overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft at minus 220 odds, according to the FanDuel Sportsbook?
I'm assuming it's not me. So
Princeton won. Game over. Holy shit.
Man.
God, this time of year is incredible.
Oh, God.
Well, I still have one finalist.
Oh no, Tim.
Tim, last year, three of my final four got knocked out on the first day of the tournament.
Oh, March Madness is crazy.
Wait,
I don't know.
Who was in the
We got a bunch of answers in the chat down here. Let's see what the correct answer is. The answer is CJ Stroud. Yes. If you put CJ Stroud, you're going to get points. It was Bryce Young until the Panthers traded up for that first overall pick. Once the whispers started coming, there are concrete rumors that they prefer CJ Stroud from inside sources. And so the odds have shifted that way as well. I prefer Bryce Young out of that crew. And honestly, I've been going back and I'm trying not to let the Anthony Richardson hype take control. But it is so hard, man. That dude is insane.
He threw it how you like to throw the ball, just like on a straight laser, except way better than what you do.
Oh, yeah, like 80 yards in a spiral. Yeah, I don't have much of an arch to my throws. Nice job to everybody that got that one right. Scampers keeping the lead, but Joey jumping up into second, Damon third, and Tim falling out of the top three.
Yeah, I forgot I was answering a question there, so I panicked.
Well, here's your next question. Which team currently has the best odds to win the NFC South at plus 115, according to the FanDuel Sportsbook?
What a poop division.
What a poop division. Also, Craig said concrete rumors instead of cement rumors. Yeah, they haven't set yet. What's the difference between concrete and cement?
I think it's your point of view.
Internal or external point of view?
I don't know. It's like your point of view, glass half full, half empty.
Gotcha.
Once it gets above that 50%.
Are you a sidewalk concrete or sidewalk cement kind of guy?
I don't know, man. This is the NFC South. Oh, what?
Joey, wow. Every time I see that hat, I get so jealous. I should have bought one at the airport.
Yeah, this is the University of Oakland, and it has a grizzly bear.
With lightning
I'm really
on
excited.
It.
Yeah.
Where's the lightning?
Pretty awesome.
On its cheeks.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's like a Pokemon.
It is kind of like an electric Pokemon bear.
Yeah.
We had some answers in here. Saints, mostly Saints. The Tottenham Hotspurs as a guess in there.
And nice. I like that answer.
I mean, honestly, they probably got as good of odds as most of the teams in that division. The Saints were the correct answer. Currently the favorite, but they're all pretty close there, except for, unfortunately, the Buccaneers a little bit far behind the other teams at plus 500.
The Baconeers. You know that.
The Baconeers. The Tampa Kyle Bucket Trasks.
Yes, exactly.
I made a really good joke on the last show.
I loved your joke, Joey. I giggled sitting in my living room chair watching you guys.
I said I went out and bought a Buccaneers jersey as soon as I saw the Baker Mayfield signing.
Oh, that was a joke?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What jersey did you get?
I forget his name now.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. There you go.
That USC quarterback, who they're going to be picking first overall in next year's
I
draft.
totally brain-farted. I just can't believe I'm doing so well in pub trivia. I lost it.
Joey, the number of times I'm sitting there talking and midway through I forget the player that I'm talking about. Like I'm in the middle of a take about a player and I'm like, and this started talking about Jacoby Myers, I think. The top three stay in the same. Tim, drop in one more spot on
I was not confident at all. I've gotten every question right, but not confident in the second half.
Also, we had a Panthers guest in the chat from our friend Josh, and then Craig letting us know concrete has aggregate in it and cement does not. So the aggregate is the difference. That's a way I've never heard that word used before.
I don't know.
Here's your next question, guys. 3 players are tied for the best odds to win AP NFL regular season MVP in 2023-2024 season. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and which other QB? So there are 3 quarterbacks tied with the best odds to win MVP next year. It's Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and one other quarterback.
I mean,
who is it?
Is it still Tom Brady?
Simon.
You got about 5 seconds left. Are you going to be mad at me?
I'm going to say it when you're done.
Answer? Okay, well, the timer is up, Joey, so feel free to speak your mind.
Would you use the same player 2 times? That's what I was trying to figure out. So I pivoted and went to a different player, but I only bet 1 point.
I wouldn't purposefully not use the same player 2 times. So, I don't try to avoid that if it comes up, because then that could bias answers going forward. We got a bunch of answers in here, a bunch of Jalen Hurts, a Joe Shiesty, a Burrow, a Justin Herbert, a little Peter Football,
QB Bengal guy.
QB Bengal guy. Let's see that answer.
Peter Football.
Come on.
The answer is Joe Burrow, and we are going to give credits to QB Bengal guy.
Love it.
Joe Burrow's up there, and then there's another player before Jalen Hurts.
Really?
Justin Herbert has better odds to be the MVP next year than Jalen Hurts.
I mean,
bizarre, right?
If Echo leaves, I don't like those odds at all.
No, absolutely bizarre. But Joe Burrow's the correct answer. Joey and Tim, people are going to think we're cheating with you two being the only ones with our admin that got that one right.
I don't luck. I would have picked Jalen Hurts, and I'd put my money on Hurts, but because you had Hurts once before, I said no. I'm going elsewhere.
And Dustin said, I thought the same thing, Joey, not doing it twice. And Scamper said, shout out QB Bengal guy. Shout out QB Bengal guy.
I just don't think they'll ever. When's the last time they really truly respected 1,000 rushing touchdowns from a quarterback? Like, they just don't. No, I'm still of the mindset that I think there was a case for Jalen Hurts to win it this year. Yeah.
Even after he went down.
Yeah.
Even more so after he went down almost when they went on to lose those 2 games. Like, I'm of that mindset. I understand that's not how voters think about it, but why not?
Yeah. I mean,
Steve Nash factor.
Why can't his absence be the proof of how valuable he was?
You lost. Like,
Joey, you said you would put money on him for next year. Are you you believe Jalen Hurts is going to run it back with another good season?
Over Burrow, I would. Yeah.
I'm with you.
I don't know. Bengals aren't going to have a defense, so he's going to throw 1,000 touchdowns.
Although it looks like just signed that center to $40 bajillion, right?
Yeah.
Orlando Brown. So they're beefing up that offensive line, signed him to the largest offensive tackle contract in ever, if I remember correctly.
In ever.
If my memory serves correct.
Have you heard of ever? It's been going on for a while.
Well, Joey, you're catching up to Mr. Scampers. 37 to 40.
I should put more. That could have been the breaking point for me.
Could have been. But you got points. Tim, you got some points as well. And Artie, Amon, 1982, working their way up the leaderboard with QB Bengal guy. We're on to our next question. What is the appliance-themed nickname of former Chicago Bear and Clemson Tiger William Perry? What is the appliance-themed nickname of former Chicago Bear and Clemson Tiger William Perry?
I love when my phone picks up the slack. Like, I wasn't going to be able to spell that right.
Yeah, if you think I spelled it right without my phone spell checking it for me and the answer here, you are wrong.
You could probably put a couple D's in that and it would look right.
I try to put D's in it every time. The little clues, if you know what we want to put D's in. D's nuts. Well,
classic.
Let's see the answers in here. We got fridge, refrigerator, 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 the fridge, the refrigerator, and the refrigerator. Everyone seems fairly confident in that appliance.
The real answer is Gary.
The answer is the refrigerator, and we'll give credit if you put fridge as well. The fridge is going to count, and I've seen this man in person 20 years after his NFL playing career, and man, fridge is underselling how large of a man that is. Good God almighty, he's huge. We're going to submit those answers. Everyone's getting points on that one except for me down at the bottom. Scamper staying in the lead, but Joey tying it up with Scampers on that one. Dame working their way up, and Tim mounting a comeback as well. Dustin tied with you, though, and Craig not far behind.
Maybe later.
Maybe later. Lonely screen. Maybe one day you'll earn my money. I'm on the free trial. I have been for years. Lonely Screen and Winrar. They are the champions of my computer. Here's your next question.
Oh, no.
Which of the following players scored the most PPR fantasy points in 2022? Was it Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, or Tyler Algier?
This is going to be the first question I get wrong, I think.
Well, you've gotten them all, Tim?
Yeah, I've literally
Joey,
gotten them
have
all
you
right.
gotten them all as well?
Yeah, I have, and I'm going to get this one wrong.
Incredible.
Oh, I don't know. I'm the only one that said the one of them.
Also, Jay said his nickname is the Air Fryer.
That's pretty sweet.
That would be a sick nickname in the NFL.
Especially since they didn't know what one of those was.
And
I'm
Josh
the
said
only
the
one
can
that
opener.
said it.
I don't know. I hate this.
Okay, well, we got some answers in here. We got every answer has been given in this poll. Every single answer was chosen. Let's see the correct answer. It was Miles Sanders. Yes! Miles Sanders is the correct answer. The dude put up a decent season this year. And Tyler Algier, although he had the yardage, didn't quite make it up there. That was the trick, I feel like. If you knew Tyler Algier had 1,000 yards, you had a disadvantage in this question.
I had a disadvantage.
What, he had like half a touchdown, though?
I think 0.25
the Falcons
of
had
a
like
touchdown,
4.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it tracks.
Well, nice job, Tim, Dame, Craig, and Dustin getting that one right. Tim, you're on a freaking hot streak.
Oh, look at the top 5. That's wild.
All the top 5 within 4 points of each other. This is a close game. We're going to move on to our next question. Question 9 of 10. Here it is. The Marvel superhero Captain Citrus was originally created to sell what beverage?
I'm guessing we got to be specific.
Yes, soda would not work if the answer was Coca-Cola, per se. Or soda would not work if the answer was grape soda.
I hate this.
So you can't just put like a category.
Oh, gosh.
Mr. Scamper said Sonicare Perry. Philip Sonicare Perry.
All right. Well, this one is definitely wrong. Shoot. I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. Well, we got some answers here. We got Fanta, Gatorade, a bunch of
I
orange
think Craig
juices,
is onto it.
an orange soda, and Scamper said Surge or nothing.
Yeah,
Surge or
I like
bust,
that
baby.
answer.
Well, the correct answer is orange juice.
What?
Captain Citrus was a marketing tool
Does
for
OJ
orange
count?
juice. OJ absolutely counts. I'm sorry, Craig, but orange soda is a different beverage, so I'm not going to count orange soda. But orange juice is correct on that one. I meant to do more research on Captain Citrus. All I saw was that he marketed.
Tim!
What is going on? What is going on?
The leaderboard getting shaken up right here at the end. We are approaching our final questions. Let's get to it. We're going to have one more after this. What name shared with an NBA team are male rhinoceroses called? And yes, it is rhinoceroses and not rhinoceri. I looked it up, even though rhinoceri sounds way better.
Yeah, let's take Latin and just smash it into English. That sounds good.
Sounds great, right? Oh, we've had this fight before. Cacti and cactuses, I think, was the fight. And then the internet was not helpful because they said you can use either.
Talking.
I don't know. Oh, this is bad.
Like a male horse is a stallion. What's a male rhino? It's also an NBA team.
A Magic. Okay.
Okay, we got some answers there. We got Thunder, Bulls, sweet. Bucks are the
Buck
answers.
was the first one that came to my head, and I just waited to see if Bull.
I forgot the Bulls
Scampers,
were
that's
a thing.
good.
Scampers is correct with Bulls.
No.
Nice job, Scampers. Look at that, baby.
Oh, man.
And Genocidal Josh in the chat getting that one as well with Bulls. Sorry, didn't mean to say the genocidal. I've been avoiding that the entire show. I'm just calling you Josh. And yet here we are, just saying that adjective twice. But nice job. Scampers, the only one in the game to get that one right.
Great. I should have known that, but I forgot that they were a basketball team.
So good.
Freaking great pull, Mr. Scampers, to tie you for second going into the final round. Now, this final question is going to be a little bit different. You can lose points on this one. Going into this one, you're going to choose whether you want to wager 0, 10, or 20 points. However many you wager, if you get it right, you're going to add that points. If you get it wrong, they're going to subtract. It is going to ask you next if you want an easy, medium, or hard question, but I'm about to tell you that doesn't matter at all because it takes that data from previous plays of this game. No one's ever played this pack before. We are the first one, so there's 0 data to base it off on.
Hard.
So vote on whatever you want. So go ahead and vote. You guys got about 15 seconds to vote. Hard. Go ahead and wager your points. And I'm going to wait to submit mine. Otherwise, you guys will see everybody else's wagers.
I don't know.
I wish I had JL's soundboard so I could play the What music do we have here? We can go with like the classic.
Oh, where's the ducks walking? Yeah, feeding some ducks, baby.
Yeah.
Get your answers in.
Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Oh, 20s across the board, baby.
All or nothing.
That's the FYF chat right there. 20 points or plus. You know what? They're putting their money where their mouth is because every time in Jeopardy, they say risk it all, risk it all, risk it all.
Absolutely.
They're doing it. Final question, guys. Here we go. Baker Mayfield will be joining his 4th NFL team after signing a 1-year deal with the Buccaneers. What university did Baker Mayfield play for prior to transferring to Oklahoma? Do you know your college football? Do you know your team's quarterback? Ducks. Feed the Ducks.
Man, this is a terrible way to go down.
Give them bread.
There's people that know it.
Hill. Put the bread in the lake. They'll eat it with their bill. Feed the ducks. 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 You guys got about 3 seconds left.
I know that's
If
not
you're
the
out of
answer.
this game of poll perception.
Oh, I was so close.
Well, we don't know the right answer yet. We got 2 Texases, a bunch of Texas Techs, and Alabama. And the correct answer is Texas Tech. If you
Damn
put
it.
Texas Tech, that's going to be correct. And I'm sorry if you put Texas. That's a different school entirely. It is not going to count. But Craig, I feel bad. Twice you've had almost the answer, and I've had to take the points away from you.
Damn it. No.
Tim, did that lose it for you?
Probably.
Let's see those
I mean, I
final
dropped 20. I
scores.
dropped 20 points.
Mr. Scampers in first, Dame in second, and Dustin in third. Joey and Tim led the pack almost the entire time. Then the final question took them out of the game. Joey, I will concede you got a little bit unlucky. There are 13 questions in this pack. There were 2 movie questions. 11 questions were shown. Neither movie question was shown.
I knew
in this
movies
pack.
too, dude. I would have. What the heck?
Well, guys,
If
if
you
we
lost
have
this game
time
of full
for
prescription.
another game, I'm going to switch our pack. So hang out. Guys, this next round is going to be March Madness edition. If you have not played with us before, get on in here, download the Sporkle Party app, use code 060273 to join our game. This is going to be all March Madness themed questions, all about that NCAA tournament. So if you think you know your stuff about this, or you think you don't, get in here and challenge Joey, Tim, and the rest of the chat. See who comes out on top. Also, Josh said, damn, was going to say Texas Tech. Almost got that one.
With this music, I feel like we all come out on top.
We all come out somewhere.
Take your
Just
lesson in
saying.
hand.
Who are we waiting on to confirm? We're waiting on Tim to confirm. Tim, you got to like press a button or something?
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You guys want to go ahead and get started with this one?
Yeah.
Also, Scamper said these ducks getting fed. They are getting fed. I think that's the first time we've let the entire song play all the way through. We'll cut it for the time being. Let's go ahead and start this game.
It started anyways.
Yeah, get your ass in here, Jay. It said G-Man Jay's not ready yet. Your first question. In 1987, the NCAA tournament included what integral part of the modern game for the first time?
What?
So in 1987, the NCAA tournament included what integral part of the modern game for the first time?
Dame and Jurassic.
Dame and Jurassic. That's a movie.
I feel like
Simon, have you
way
seen
off.
the I don't know if it's a TikTok or an Instagram account of the guy that does the food reviews, but he sings like gospel music
No,
when
I
he
have
likes
not.
the food.
No, it sounds like someone I need to look up, though.
He's really
I-
funny.
Also, we got JL in here with the oi. What's up, JL?
Oi!
Oi. Welcome in. We got a bunch of answers in here. We got 3-point line, shot clock, 3-point line. So, what's a 3-point lines and a shot clock? The correct answer is
Shot clock.
3-point line. So, I'm going to include 3-point shot as the answer there. Joey, I was so close. There were two things that were added at different dates. I almost did the shot clock one, but I went with the 3-point line one instead.
That's great.
Nice job to almost everyone. You're going to get points for that. A 4-way tie for first right now. We had some confident people on that one. And Josh in the chat
Not
getting
me.
that one correct as well.
Dustin,
Also-
why would you put 9 on that?
Like he was confident, but not that confident.
He's
Nine's the
saving
one
his
that you
10 for something he knows.
9's the one that you use after you use your 10 on a confident one.
Exactly.
Right? Like if you're confident enough for 9, why aren't you confident enough for 10? Okay, let's move on to our next question, guys. What team won the NCAA men's basketball tournament in 2008, led by future NBA All-Stars Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook? So if you know where either of those guys played college ball or you got your years of the NCAA tournament memorized, you can pull this one out.
I have this team in my final 4. And hopefully they're still in it.
Scamper said, great. Got me good, Joey.
I don't know. I don't know.
Tim, I love that hat every time you wear it. It's a sick Atlanta United hat. You guys are both rocking the hat game today.
I told you where to buy this hat, Simon.
Oh,
You have
you
no
did.
excuse.
You did. My only excuse was it was the Vegas airport after 4 days in Vegas, and my mind
Yeah,
was just
that
on
was a
getting
fun
on
trip.
that plane. It was a very fun trip. We got some answers in the chat. We got the Jayhawks, Michigan State, and then a lot of UCLA's in here.
I bet mine's right for sure.
Well, the correct answer is the UCLA Bruins. UCLA is correct. And I don't remember writing Bruins in that answer, but apparently I did. It's going to count UCLA anyways. Submit those answers, and the leaderboard stays put. But Jay, moving up. Welcome in, Jay. RIP Betty White with your picture in there. Everyone
Did she
honk
die?
Jay. Welcome him. Yeah, she did.
Again?
Again. Just the one time. We're going to move on to our next question. Here we go. What school, also Taysom Hill's alma mater, has the most appearances in the NCAA men's basketball tournament without ever winning a championship? Fun fact, it is 30. This team has appeared in the NCAA tournament 30 times without ever winning a championship.
You know what? I don't know. Yes.
I was going to say, Tim, where do you think Taysom Hill went to school? Well, we got some answers coming in, I'm sure, but I can't even see them.
There's a dog in the dog park with a cone on his head.
Door to door.
Our dog cone's funny. It's sad and funny at the same time. They just kind of have to live with it.
Especially watching them go upstairs and just like making you watch them as they clip their heads on the window.
We got lots of BYUs, a Brigham Young, which is BYU without the U, and a Daddy Sean University. The correct answer is
Can we award points?
BYU. Everyone honk Jay for Daddy Sean University. Give him a honk.
Daddy Sean University is kind of right, though.
It is
If you know the history of Brigham Young. Like, it's kind of
Daddy B instead of Daddy Sean. We're going to submit those answers, see what the
Gotta find
leaderboard
them
looks
plates.
like here.
Dude, the top 4 just solidified.
Yeah, they're on a roll.
It's crazy.
They know their March Madness. They're not messing around. They're not messing around.
3-point shot.
Here is our next question. What school waddled their way through the bracket and won the first NCAA men's basketball tournament in 1939?
I know so much more March Madness trivia than I thought I did.
What?
I didn't even need the waddle to get that.
I may have dropped a hint in there with an adjective or a verb if it wasn't obvious.
Whoops.
With the odd verb choice. No, Joey, I think the word waddled in a question is a pretty clear indicator that it's probably
The Alaska Penguins. You never see Alaska Penguins.
Does Alaska have a D1 school at all? They can't, right? Like they can't plausibly have a school that travels.
Yeah, have you never heard of Nome State? I couldn't say that loud.
Well, we got some answers in here. Scamper said Penguin Duck, Penguin Duck. We had Kansas, a couple Oregons, and a couple Oregon Ducks. Well, the correct answer is waddle, waddle, quack, quack. It is the Oregon Ducks won the first ever NCAA men's tournament in the year 1939.
1939 seems like such a made-up year. Like,
Right?
that's so far away.
Like, it's not the Great Depression. It's not World War II.
It's pretty World War II.
Is it World War II? It's right in the middle of World War II. Am I forgetting my dates?
It's like the
War-
start of it.
Okay.
42, yeah, something like that.
Oh, well. Then I don't agree with what you said, Tim. 1939 seems like a year that happened.
I think
Oregon
Scampers is
apparently won
correct. Wait,
About what?
he put a penguin and a duck.
Yeah, Scampers put a penguin and a duck in there. So I do not think I can count that unless that
I
penguin
can't-
is
no.
Oregon.
And Scampers
So we're
is going to
gonna-
get questions right later, so.
Okay, well, Joey
Third.
jumping up into third, tied with Scampers and Dame Jurassic Park, and Ladarius in first. So Craig and Ladarius up there.
Nice.
Tim, you got some work to do, but you can come
Just
back. I
slow and
believe
steady.
in you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Mhm.
What program has made the most appearances in the NCAA tournament and has the most victories in tournament games?
Ooh.
So Scampers in the chat, always a respectable cat, said, I am incorrect. Well, thank you
I
for
don't
the
know
honesty,
answer to
Scampers.
this. I'm gonna.
Hmm.
Oh man, there's so many schools it could be. So I'm only bidding one. Yep. Man, all the names that have gone through my head were answers that are on the board right now, and I'm excited to see who it is.
Well, we will find out ever so
What did
shortly.
Jay
and
say? Yeah.
Ah, dang. If
Well,
Jay's
guys,
saying it.
you got 2 seconds.
See, because if it was Duke, Jay would have like shouted
Yeah.
out from the rooftops.
Oh, yeah.
So the fact that he said Kentucky makes me think.
Yeah.
Although I like my answer.
We got a couple Duke guesses. We got a North Carolina guess, a Kentucky guess, and a Kansas guess. The correct answer is
It's probably Kentucky. That sounds right.
Kentucky. Kentucky is the correct answer. Jay and Falcons dude. Oh, wait. I think that's our friend Ladarius.
Yeah,
Getting that
Ladarius.
one correct. Nice job,
job,
my
buddy.
friends. Nice job getting that one. Gonna bump you up
Oof.
the leaderboard a little bit there. And Ladarius extended his lead in first place as we move on to our next question. Question number 6. Which all-time NBA great is the only 3-time most outstanding player of the Final Four?
Oh, no.
Hint, if you watched the morning show this morning, he was drafted in our best NBA players of all time draft.
Oh,
gonna
no.
go
I
with
used to
what
know
I'm
this,
saying.
actually. Shoot.
Tim, I feel like I learned this from you. Like, I feel like this was in my memory banks because this was one of your fun trivia facts in college.
I'm excited to see what everyone else says. Okay.
I hate
I feel
this.
good.
Is it?
I went high too on it.
I'm not sure. Oh, damn it. Shoot.
Would you
You
put
guys got a couple seconds to get your answers in. We got a bunch of answers. We got a bunch of Kareems, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a Magic Johnson, and a Wilt Chamberlain.
Damn it.
Oh, actually, go ahead.
The correct answer, even though his name was not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the
left.
time,
Yeah.
it is Kareem
Shoot.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Ugh.
At the time, he went by Louis Alcindor, I believe is how you say his last name, if I'm not mistaken. Ferdinand Louis Alcindor. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, as he is commonly known, one of the all-time greats, and someone anytime I see he's written something, I go to read it. That man, like, I don't know what it is. Just the way he writes is beautiful. And the way he balls is beautiful. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar going to earn a bunch of points in that one. Is it going to shake up the leaderboard? It is. Joey jumping up to tie for second with Craig. Dame only 1 point behind you guys. G-Man J, Scampers, and Dustin not far behind. Me and Tim bringing up the bottom of the leaderboard.
Yeah,
baby.
I mean, you could catch up in 2 questions, so that's not great.
Well, here's your next question. What is the name of the video highlight recap of each year's NCAA tournament?
I used to know every word to it, too.
YouTube Rewind. I don't know.
The ball goes up.
Dustin said, would you have accepted Lou Alcindor? Absolutely. I would have accepted Lou Alcindor. I think it would have auto-accepted it. I believe I put it in as an alternate answer that it would accept.
Maybe later.
Maybe later?
Dude, I have no idea. What?
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about, Joey? Man, just so needy. Like, maybe if you stopped asking me, Lonely Screen. It's like, don't over-text me. How you guys feeling on this one? Joey says he knew every word.
Amazing about this one. This is the best song.
Tim said, bracket hoo-ha. Craig said, Simon hosting ESPN. Craig said, Simon hosting ESPN, and then we had a bunch of one shining moment. Well, the correct answer is
which one do you think?
Bracket. I mean, one shining moment is the correct answer, but
shining moment.
Tim, this makes me want to put together
I don't know
one called bracket hoo-ha. Joe, you're a big one shining moment fan. You watch them every year?
I stay up for it. Yeah. One year they changed the song. They had like a contemporary artist cover it, and CBS got so many emails from me. It was like, put it back. And then they did. But I think a lot of the people were upset about it too.
Joey, I'm glad you do that, because sometimes, like, I know it's not going to do anything, but like, I send emails when something changes. When a website changes their formatting and I don't like it, I'm like, why would you do this? It was perfect before and you ruined it. I'm not going to name names, but a certain fantasy site just took away the numbers next to the players on the leaders from last season and just have all of the weekly rankings, and it's ridiculous. I can't just scroll down and see they were wide receiver 52. You better believe I sent them an email already. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, we're going to move on to our next question. Here it is. In 2011, the NCAA men's basketball tournament expanded to its current format. How many teams currently participate in the NCAA tournament?
Oh, no.
Got it.
Check.
I truly like these 2 days are two of my favorite sports days.
I was going to say, are you a big March Madness guy, Joey?
Huge March Madness fan. My grandfather and I used to fill out brackets together. It's how I got started. And fun fact, from the ages of 5 to 13, I was the ball boy for the Florida Tech Panthers. It was a Division II college basketball program.
Oh, that's awesome.
Travel with the team and stuff. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I feel you, Joey.
I don't know.
I think it kind of snuck up on me this year, but then when I was standing in the kitchen cooking my lunch with my headphones in, and I watched the Virginia inbounds get intercepted by Furman, I remembered how much I loved it. I just started screaming by myself in my house, just what the I couldn't believe it, and I was like, these are two teams I haven't watched a single game from either of them all season. I knew nothing about them prior to 3 days ago, except I knew a little bit more about Virginia, and I was so invested.
I was the only one watching the TV in Ale House, and I yelped extremely loud, and everybody looked at me and then looked at the TV.
Well, we had some answers in here. Falcons do it with 118. Tim said 64 plus 4 play.
I wasn't sure what counted.
6 from Dane, and then a lot of 68s. Well, the correct answer is 64 plus 4 play in equals 68. So, Tim, you didn't add it up, but I'm going to give you the points.
Well, I wanted to explain it because it's like they're not. I mean, they're in, but they're not. So
they technically count them as in as the first 4.
They do. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to expand again.
Oh.
So, yeah.
More
CBS
playing
can get all the money.
That means I have to pick Clemson every time now.
I know.
Damn it.
I know. And did you saw Clemson lost to Morehead State yesterday in the first round of the NIT tournament?
Yeah. So Rutgers lost too. So
brutal. But we're going to move on to our
selection committee knew what they were talking about.
100%. One of the most fun games I've ever been to, though, was the Clemson Belmont NIT game that was at Clemson. Tim, I think we were working the concession stands for that together, and it was just nuts. It was raining threes in that arena from both teams. That was a fun game to go to. And then you don't get to rush the court at Clemson very often for basketball, so they took the opportunity. It wasn't just meeting at the Paul. They were rushing the damn court when they won that one. Well, guys, here's your next question. Heading into this year's tournament, how many consecutive years has a 1 seed won the NCAA tournament, ignoring 2020 where there was no tournament? So that doesn't count as a year. So how many consecutive tournaments have been won by a 1 seed coming into this one?
Well, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
That
was a really weird year when that happened. They canceled the tournament, like right there on the court.
I was with Tim that day. Like Tim and I were like, they were doing the Butler was playing, right? It was in the middle of a Butler game. And then they just said, never mind. And then Tim and I went to a brewery, and in the middle of the brewery, they just started putting things away. All the games they started taking, like all the communal touch things. And then
isn't that when you got fired?
Yeah. And then I get a phone call that I'm fired because I worked in the sports industry and there were no sports. And it was just this bizarre weekend. So the next time I went to Atlanta, I got hired. So it was this weird pattern of just back and forth.
This could be anybody's ball game here.
We got 2, 3, 4, IDK 4, and then it went back down to 3. So 2, 3, 4, 3. Well, you should have kept on going because the answer is 5. Wow. The last 5 NCAA tournament champions.
We all lost.
Dang.
We all lost together.
Let's see. I had these pulled up earlier. Yeah, last year it was the Kansas Jayhawks beating the 8-seed Tar Heels. The year before that, Baylor beating Gonzaga, 2 number 1 seeds. And then 2020, no tournament. 2019 was the Virginia year, winning it against Texas Tech. The year before was the year that Virginia got beat by UMBC in the first round, and Villanova won it all. And then the year before that was North Carolina as a 1 seed. And then the most recent team, not a 1 seed to win it, was Villanova as a 2 seed back in 2016.
I remember that. They beat UNC, didn't they?
They did beat UNC, a 1 seed, 77-74.
I hate it.
I feel like there's going to be a question in here, a trivia question that hasn't shown up yet.
You think so?
We'll see if it shows up, yeah.
If it's related to one of the team names I've just said, I left it out because I always ask that one.
Is there a March Madness movie? There should be one. There should
be Jingle All the Way.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I've seen that recently.
I mean,
I've never seen Jingle All the Way, but I've seen the Solar Opposites episode where they go into the movie Jingle All the Way. So I think that kind of counts. I got the gist of it. Well, nobody got that one right, unfortunately. And it said difficulty medium. We're going to move on to our next question. Which 15 seed reached the Elite 8 of 2022's tournament before being eliminated by North Carolina?
Oh.
So last year's tournament, there was a 15 seed, the Cinderella darling of the tournament that made it all the way to the Elite 8.
Oh, no. Shoot. I think I was going to get a tattoo of their logo. Oh, what were they called, though? No.
Do you remember the mascot, Tim?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, you guys got 5 seconds. Joey, you know this one? You're a big March Madness guy. You probably remember this.
I got it wrong.
You got it wrong?
Yeah, I put a naughty answer too.
Craig said the FYF Yardigans. Jay said, how do I not remember this? Joey said Oral Sex Roberts. Scamper said St. Peter's. Dame said St. Mary's.
Yeah,
Falcons dude said St. Peter's. And
St.
Tim
Peter's.
said the Peacocks. The correct answer is St. Peter's. And Tim, for the St. Peter's Peacocks, I am going to get you points for saying that right there. Joey, the Oral Sex Roberts did make the Sweet 16, I think the year or 2 tournaments prior as a 15 seed, but not all the way to the Elite 8.
They choked last year.
Come down to Lion Gag Honda. We're going to submit our answers and see who's in the lead heading into that final round. Ladarius taking the lead, Scampers in second, and Jay on third, right ahead of Joey on that podium. Tim and I
I'm
bringing
there.
up the rear.
I'm there.
Where are you, Tim? Okay, Tim, you're 9 points. Look at that. That's respectable.
Yeah.
You could still win this if you get 20 and everyone ahead of you doesn't.
Yeah.
Go, Tim.
Well, guys, a reminder, you are going to wager on this one 0, 10, or 20 points. If you miss this next question, you will not get points. In fact, the opposite.
Dame,
they're going to be subtracted
vote.
from you.
Dame, vote. Vote, Dame. Dame, vote. Vote. God, Dame.
Yeah.
I
There you go.
think she voted. Good job.
I've gotten negative in this game more times than I think anybody.
Real bold, Craig.
Scamper said the Fighting Sister Jeans. Loyola should change their mascot to the Fighting Sister Jeans.
I bet they will.
There needs to be a
hat off that
statue of that woman.
She basically is a statue at this point.
Just drop a bunch of molten copper on top of her. That's brutal. But if it's outside the stadium, I don't think she'd care.
Do you guys remember that movie, The Great Outdoors?
I've never seen.
They were going to this restaurant to celebrate this local man's 100th birthday, and he died in the car on the way there. But they had already bought all the stuff for the party, so they brought him in anyways. And they have all the kids taking pictures of him and stuff, and he's already dead. They just put sunglasses on him.
Weekend at Bernie's, finding new avenues.
It's a lot like Weekend at Bernie's. Best Halloween costume I ever did. Weekend at Bernie's.
That's for
Bernie. And I was just dead the whole night. My buddies carried me around downtown.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Oh,
that does sound great. Yeah, I weekend at Bernie's on my 21st birthday. No, it wasn't even a costume party, though.
All right, let's get this question.
My friends weren't very convincing at making me look alive. Here is your final question in 3, 2, 1. This was the worst question I wrote. To the nearest quintillion, how many possible bracket combinations are there?
I just saw this. I think it's like
so to the nearest quintillion. So I rounded to the nearest quintillion. This is the different bracket combination.
I think
64.
Is it a round number? Do you want a round number?
I just asked to the nearest quintillion. So just like you can just give me a single digit, like 1, 2, 3, 30,
okay.
65, like whatever you think the nearest quintillion
like
is.
Scamper's answer.
Because I'm pretty sure it's like
dumb.
it's like 9.
Craig's gonna win this because he bid 0.
Okay, we've got 10,
think it's
3,
9.8.
540, 56, 7,
7.
8, and 9. Tim, you are ever so close. It is 9.2, which means it rounds down to 9. And Ladarius is the only one getting this one right.
He would have won it.
Stay atop the leaderboard. Nice job, Ladarius.
Oh man,
Coming in first place. Craig jumping up to second with that one, and Scampers coming in third. Nice job,
Craig
everyone.
Jump. Let's not call it that. Craig, he just sat still and watched everybody fall behind.
Craig went in the bathroom and took a poop
while the building burned down, and then he came out. He walked out to his car to get his wallet, and then came back, and the building was burned to a crisp.
Guys, I'm sad. Not because I lost,
but because it's over.
At the top of the screen, yeah.
I'm just sad.
Also, Scamper said, Craig. Betting 0. Not the FYF way. You're going to have to fight with the chat. But hey, you get all the ridicule with your silver medal. They're not on the podium. Or they're a little lower than you on the podium. Ladarius in here said, I remember reading it somewhere. Nice job with the win, Ladarius. Everyone celebrating Ladarius's win in the chat. Well, guys, that is going to be it for Fantasy Football Pub Trivia today. If you enjoyed hanging out with us, we're going to be live tomorrow morning from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern time for the Fantasy Football Game Show. Actually, that's not what it's called at all. It's the Front Yard Fantasy Morning Show in which we play games sometimes. And Tim, are you joining us tomorrow?
I think so. That's
on Friday. Tim will be on there playing some games with us. Until tomorrow, though, we are out of here, everyone. Join our Discord. Talk March Madness with us in there. Until tomorrow morning, we are out of here. Adios, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Where's the outro?